So typically the word, something that starts with COMP, okay, complex, composite, okay? Like if you think of English stuff, what does compound mean? Huh? It's like putting stuff together, okay? So when we talk about complex figures, when we're talking about complex figures, okay, this complex figures, write this down, are made up of circles. You know how to find the area of circles? You know how to find the area of circles?
Yes.
Rectangles. I'm checking notes, by the way. Squares. Triangles. And trapezoids. To form one object. Okay. Sounds super complicated, but it's not. Okay. All right. So let's just say that I have a shape. Everything we've done so far, every shape we have found the area of, you have been able to plug in a formula, plug in the numbers to a formula and find it, right? Right? Okay. So the difference is if I have something like this, okay, this is a very simple example of a complex shape, okay? There's not a formula that I can plug in to find that. God bless you. Bless you. Okay, there's not a formula that I can plug in. Now, I do have to have some dimensions. Let's say, for example, I have this, okay? And let's say that I have this, okay? And let's say that over here I have this, and I also have this. Forgot my 8. Okay. Wait, hold up. Just relax, Chris. Everything's going to be okay. Okay, there we go. So now that I have some dimensions, okay, what I want to do is decompose, okay, in other words, break this into the shapes that I have here. Now, there's quite a few ways I can do that, okay, but let's start with this first one. If I just put a line across from here, okay, what did I now turn this into? This isn't really all that I had here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a form of a hexagon. It's an irregular hexagon. Okay? There's not really a formula that I can use for that. But if I break this or decompose this into different figures, what do I now have? What is this thing?
A rectangle.
This is a rectangle. And what is this? It's a trapezoid. Okay. So do I know how to find the area of a trapezoid? I do. So let's write that down here. Area equals, anybody remember that formula? Dylan?
Height divided by 2, base 1 plus base 2.
Good. So if this is 12, guys, what must this be? 12. So my base 1 is, and my base 2 is, and what's the height of this trapezoid? And there is a rectangle, by the way. Okay, so this would be 4 divided by 2 times 12 plus 4. What's 4 divided by 2?
2.
What's 12 plus 4? What's 2 times 16? 32 feet squared. Now, all that I have found so far, okay, is the area of what? This part right here. Okay? What do I still need to find? I need to find the area of this rectangle, right? Okay? What's the formula for area of a rectangle? Base times height. What's the base of this? 12. What's the height? What's the height? 8. Okay. What is 12 times 8? 96. And that is feet squared. Well, now I have found the area of this part. What do I need to do with those two areas? Add them together, okay? So this is 32 feet squared plus 96 feet squared, okay? If I add those together, what do I have? 128 what? Feet squared. And that would give me the area of this entire figure, okay? Does that make sense what we've done so far? Okay? Now, obviously it gets a little more complex. Okay? Let's look at another one. Does everybody have that copied? I'll give you a moment to copy that down. I did. Okay. So let's take a look at another one. All right. Let's look at this figure. Okay. I have some dimensions there. Okay. Now, before you freak out, there are actually several ways that I can solve for the area of this. Okay. What I am going to allow you to do today, okay, is use a calculator. However, please understand me. You still have to show me the formulas, and you have to show me everything you're putting into the calculator. Do you understand? Okay, if you want to borrow one of my calculators, you may grab one at this time, according to your number. Okay, we got to get going, so I'm giving you 13 seconds to get this done. Get your calculators and sit. All right.
My calculator is in
Huh?
My calculator is in
It's not in there. Just borrow another one. It's fine. Just grab one like number 28 or something. It's fine. What number is yours, Noah? Okay. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, let's look at this figure. Let's look at this figure. And what I need to do is, first of all, determine what are the shapes I have here. Okay? I can do two things. Okay? If I drew a line from here to here, what did I form? I formed two trapezoids, didn't I? Okay? So if I form two trapezoids, I decompose this into two trapezoids. Okay? Well, what's my formula for area of a trapezoid? Height divided by 2 times base 1 plus base 2. Good. So let's plug in some numbers here. What's the height of this? I'm looking at this trapezoid right here. Okay, I'll highlight it so you know which one I'm talking about. And it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same as the trapezoid up here because they have the same dimensions, don't they? Okay, so what's the height of this trapezoid? 6.5 divided by 2. What's base 1? What's base 1? 6. What's base 2? 4. Okay, so you can use your calculators. What's 6.5 divided by 2? 3.25, and this is 6 plus 4, which is 10, right? What's 3.25 times 10? 32.5, what? Centimeters squared. But what have I found the area of? I have found the area of this one right here. Okay, what do I now need to find the area of? This one. Okay, but if it's exactly the same, what do I need to do with this dimension right here? With this measure right here? Multiply times 2. Okay, that's going to give me the area of both because there are two trapezoids here. So what is 32.5 multiplied by 2? 60 what? 65 what? Centimeters squared. Okay? Does everybody see what I did there? Jewel,
How do you get the one?
how to get 4? That's base 2. Base 1, base 2.
Where's the number?
Right there.
Oh.
Okay. All right. You can't, I have the highlighter over the top of it. Okay. Now let me show you, can somebody think of another way, starting over on this one, what's another way I can decompose this into 2 shapes, do you think?
Would you make 2 triangles and then really long rectangle?
You're on the right track. Check it out. What if I did this? Okay. What if I took this and let's say that I was to, I don't know if it'll let me. Okay. If I turn it this way, okay, and let's say that, I'm going to leave this up here to see if we get the same answer. What if I was to take a line and put it right here, okay, and let's say that I have a height here, okay, this entire rectangle, if this was a whole rectangle, okay, what would that be? That would be base times height, right? And that would be 13 times what? Times 6. Okay. Now if you do 13 times 6, what's 13 times 6? What's 10 times 6? 60. What's 3 times 6? 18. What's 60 plus 18? 78. Now I have 78 centimeters squared. That's the area of this entire rectangle. But I don't want this part because is that there? It's not there. Okay. What's the base of this? 13 times, now what's the height? If this is 6, guys, from here to here, and this is 4, what is the height of this? Okay, everybody look at this. Okay, from here to here is 4, and from here to here is 6. What is the height of this? 2. Okay, now if I take 13 times 2, this is a triangle divided by 2. What's 26 divided by 2? 13, right? Centimeters squared. Now, this is the area of this part that is what? It's not there, right? This is the area of the entire thing. If I take this and subtract it from that, because that's not there, what's 78 minus 13? Did I get the same exact answer? Yes, I did. Okay. It is kind of harder. But what I want you to understand is there are times where you're going to have to subtract a portion because it's not part of the figure. Does that make sense? Okay. Does everybody have that copied down? Okay. Please do so. Please do so. All right, does everybody have that written down? Okay. So now let's look at something like this. This is one where I'm going to have to do some subtracting because there's some parts of here of this that are what? That are not there. Okay? Now, the thing is, this figure inside here, okay, this funky shape right here, there's nothing I can do to find the area of that, right? But let's see. What are some figures of shapes that I do have here? What is this thing? Okay, that's a rectangle, right? So I can find the area of that first, right? Do you understand why we're going to do that? What we're going to do is we're going to find the area of that. Then we're going to find the area of this part and this part, and we're going to subtract it from the area of that rectangle. Okay? So let's find the area of this rectangle. Area equals base times height. Okay, what's the base of this?
4.
Okay, it's 4, and this is also 4, this is also 4. Okay? So this is 4, 4, and 4. What is that? No, it's not. Okay, here's the deal. Do we know this measure from here to here? Do we? Well, we know that all the way across this circle is 5, right? So halfway across the circle is what? Okay, guys, listen. Listen. From here to here, through the middle is 5, right? So from here to here is going to be what? Thank you, 2.5. This is 2.5, which means this is also what? 2.5. So together, 2.5 plus 2.5 gives me what? 2.5 plus 2.5 gives me what?
5.5.
Thank you, one person. 2.5 plus 2.5 gives me what? 5. Okay, so 5 plus 4, that means from here to here is how far? 5 plus 4 is what? Okay, 9 inches. Okay, so the entire thing is going to be 9 inches times 5 inches. What's 9 times 5? So 45 inches squared. That's the area of this whole thing. Now, what do you think I need to do to find the area of these purple parts? What is that? It's a circle. And how do I find the area of a circle? Pi r squared, right? So 3.14, what's the radius? We already determined the radius. What's the radius? Huh? 2.5 squared. Okay, use your calculators. What's 2.5 squared? Don't say 5. 2.5 times 2.5 gives me what? 6.25. Now multiply that times 3.14. Tell me what you get. What is it?
19.625.
Okay. 19.625, and that is inches squared. Now, this is the area of that entire rectangle. This is the area of these two circles, right? These two half circles make a what? A whole circle. Okay? So this is the area of these circles. What do you think I'm going to have to do with this and this? Class, please participate. What am I going to have to do with this and this? Okay, so on your calculators, do 45 minus 19.625 and tell me what you get. Now, your worksheet is going to tell you to round to the nearest tenth. Okay, what was the full digit? Okay, so if I round this to the nearest tenth, where's the tenth place? Right there. So what would this be? 25 point what? 0.38 inches squared. All right. Oh, we rounded to the hundredth place. I'm sorry. You can just round this to 25.4. Yeah, that'd be better. 25.4 inches squared. Even better. Now, because you're using calculators, if you want to write the exact answers, I'm okay with that.
Wait,
Okay? Yes. We found the area of this formula is if we had an entire circle, because we're using one radius. Okay, does that make sense? Good question, though. Yeah.
Where did you get the 6?
Which 6?
Not one
I don't see any 6s up there.
That 6.
This? 2.5 times 2.5
Oh,
squared?
so you just copied them both.
No, you do 2.5 squared, and that's 6.25.
2.5. Oh.
Times 2.5. Yeah.
So for like the 2.5 with the half circle thingy,
Uh-huh. That's the radius.
what, yeah, so what, like the best easiest way to get that?
Okay,
I learned.
I see what you're saying. If you just think of this, okay, think of this as if I have a circle. This is the other half of the circle. It's like as if they were together. They were one big circle, okay? And I see that the radius here was 2.5.
Oh,
Think of it like that. And that's what I'm subtracting, because the one half of the circle is on one side, and one half of the circle is on the other. But, guys, you might have one where, let's say this was filled in, okay, and I only have a half circle. What would I have to do with the area of that circle? Divide it by what? Divide it by 2, then subtract it, okay? Make sense? Okay. Yeah, question. I can. I'm happy to do one more. Okay. I can try. Look at this one. Okay. If I look at this one, okay, this is actually pretty simple. I'm going to go fast so I can get through this. Okay, but if you notice, I basically have a half circle and a what? Trapezoid. Okay, so let's find the area of this trapezoid real fast because that's easy. Area equals height divided by 2 times base 1 plus base 2. Okay, so the area is, what's the height of this? This is 11, guys, and that's halfway across. So what is the height of this?
12.
This is 11, so what's the height?
22.
22. Divided by 2, base 1 from here to here is 38 plus 18. What's 18 plus 38? Okay, 56 times, what's 22 divided by 2? 11. Okay, multiply 11 times 56. Tell me what you get. 600 what? Okay, 616 millimeters squared. That's the area of this part. Okay, check it out. We found the area of everything up here. Okay, now we need to find the area of this part. Okay, well, I have a radius, right?
Yep.
And that's what I need. Okay, so I have a radius. Area equals pi times radius squared. Area equals 3.14 times, what's the radius? 11 squared. Okay, 3.14. What's 11 squared? Now, if I multiply 121 times 3.14, tell me what I get. 379.9? Okay, I'm going to trust you. And it's about, because there's pi involved. Now, what part of the circle am I concerned about? This is only a what? It's only half a circle. So what am I going to do with this 379.9? Divided by 2. Do that on your calculator.
190.
190? About 190?
About.
Okay, so area is about 190 millimeters squared. Okay, I found the area of this and I found the area of this. What am I going to do with those two areas? Add them together. Okay, so plus 190, wait, millimeters squared. Okay, what's the area going to be? Okay, I'm going to give you your worksheet.